Now, the Oklahoma Appleseed Center for Law and Justice has been calling for greater accountability for months. You can see these massive electric power lines that have been taken down by that wind. You can even see this infrastructure snapped in half. And thousands of athletes come to Edmond every year to play soccer. Now, police said the call came in at about 2 o'clock this morning. It was dark and early when we arrived to the scene. State Superintendent Ryan Walters is now facing another lawsuit, this time for failing to enforce bullying prevention rules. And it may make it a little bit easier before Oklahomans decide to cast their line. And now investigators believe there could be a body buried in the backyard of this home. You can see those points where those large hail pieces hit hard. This is a disturbing case. Both parents are dead and their son is once again charged with murder. Now this, you can see the inside of what used to be some type of a clothing boutique. When we look up, that is the building that this came off of. People traveled here because they say they're worried for their families if this bill were to go into effect this summer. Joe Wilson and his wife moved to this Muskogee neighborhood 6 years ago. They expected quiet rural living. Wilson says the Port of Muskogee's John T. Griffin Industrial Park just beyond their backyard makes that difficult.
You can hear it in the mornings sometimes when they turn it on. It sounds like a dishwasher going off.
The noise coming from Bitcoin miners. In just one of these containers, there are 180 computers mining data 24/7. But throughout this property, there are several of these containers with about 40,000 computers. Polaris Technologies started construction on the 42-acre site last year, investing more than $100 million and creating dozens of jobs. Polaris CTO Jashin Ning gives us an exclusive look at the expanding operation. The thousands of computers are cooled by fans or water, but that cooling system can be loud.
If you stand maybe like 50 feet away, it doesn't bother you at all.
It does seem to bother Wilson and some of his neighbors.
I wouldn't want to live next door to it.
I think you do.
Pretty much.
One neighbor says he never hears the noise. Another says it's only disruptive at night.
You know, like a wah, wah, wah. It's annoying.
Ning says it's something Polaris plans to address.
We're going to build some noise cancellation fence or wall to isolate us from them.
Because things here are about to get even louder. He says Polaris is doubling its operation with another 40,000 computers and adding more workers. That also means doubling the amount of power the company uses. Polaris plans to use 400 megawatts. According to the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, that's equivalent to the energy used by up to 400,000 homes. For an energy-rich state like Oklahoma, the facility is good for the economy, according to Alba Weaver with OG&E. She says OG&E has the third lowest energy rate in the United States for industrial partners.
It gives us the ability to bring new industry into the state, create jobs, and have further investment in the state of Oklahoma.
Polaris is also looking to build another Bitcoin mining site near the Oklahoma-Texas border.
We have the support from the state.
That support comes partly from House Bill 3594, known as the Bitcoin Bill of Rights, now in effect as of November 1st. Representative Brian Hill authored the bill and says Oklahoma is investing where other states aren't.
We are providing the same structure, right? The infrastructure, the bones, as what we would any industry in the state. We want this industry to know Oklahoma's open for business. We appreciate that you are choosing Oklahoma as your home, and this is going to be a place you can thrive.
He says with any growing industry, there will be hiccups like noise pollution, but the state will have to learn and adapt. However, Wilson isn't sure if he and his wife will be able to adapt the same way.
If more starts going in, especially like that back there, I think it's time to move.
For Fox 25 News, I'm Jamison Keefover.
Pulling up here, I teared up and cried a little bit. I mean, we have so many memories, so many people that we met and made friends with, and we consider family. And so it's been really, I'm sorry.
No, you're okay. Joyce Minch and her family lost nearly everything from their downtown Sulphur business, JJ's Furniture, and more. The store lost its roof and almost everything inside. A block away, their warehouse with all of their inventory was flattened.
But as you can see, the warehouse went to the edge of this building right here.
Joyce and her daughter Kimberly saw the damage for the first time today.
Now that I see it, I just want to break down and cry because it's like everything that we worked for them to retire is gone.
Joyce and her husband Gary started the company in 2000.
We started the business 24 years ago, started $30 in our pocket.
Opening multiple locations and planning to leave the business to their kids. But it was much more than a furniture store.
It was like all of the memories that we had in there was just gone.
Many business owners in downtown Sulphur are feeling the same pain. Winds of at least 136 miles per hour blowing this home off of its foundation. And as we walk down this area of downtown Sulphur, it is destruction as far as you can see. But people are already coming together to pick up the pieces. Despite the progress from crews, downtown is still unsafe. Officials are preparing for more devastation, saying they anticipate more buildings to collapse. Like this one at 3rd and Broadway. The roof caved in, what's left of the walls are bowing, and it's made popping and creaking noises. For Joyce and her family, they're quickly grabbing what the tornado didn't destroy and moving that to their other location that survived the storm.
It's devastating to see it, but it was a building. The name JJ's Furniture will live on. It will keep going. We just have to move it someplace else and just get through this.
Murray County officials are asking people to avoid the downtown area while they try to secure what's left of buildings and businesses. In Sulphur, I'm Jamison Keefover.